7:51 a.m. I'm going to be going over the trade I took today and yesterday. So let's get right into it. So the trade I took yesterday was a small little scalp off of the double bottom that price ended up taking out, which was the New York low. So if we look over here on TradingView, we have New York swept out its own New York, creating a double bottom right here. So I saw that we had an SMT at the low, so I just took a small little scalp, and that was right here at the lows. I took it on either a 1 minute or 30-second, just with a couple contracts, and yeah, I took it right in here. I think it was from 5.9 to 6.9. I just saw on the compass, and yeah, just right in here, nothing crazy. And that was yesterday. I'll even show you over here. One trade, 209, 59 to 69. That was it. Over on today, we can see again, two trades. We took a long with 2 contracts and then 10 contracts. Nothing crazy. The 10 contracts was a small little scalp as well, but jumping right back into it for today. Where are we? Okay, today we had, I think it'd be easier if we just use, no, this is fine. Okay, so today as well, we had a 15-minute breaker block right here, order block, whatever you want to call it, that price tapped into, as well as 2 stacked 15-minute fair value gaps. So we tapped into those and rejected back up, as well as the VWAP. So that was a nice little manipulation, and we rejected to go back higher. I was kind of predicting that because we had all of this buying pressure right here. So market sold off, swept out some liquidity into higher. So the trade that I took with the 2 contracts was a 5-minute fair value gap long, targeting internal high and the high right here. You can see I got in right there and I got out right there. I was trailing my stop and I got stopped out for, I think it was 125 or 130. And so on top of that, I waited for price to retrace on the 1 minute. I used my fib from the one of these lows. I'll just use this one to the high, brought it over, and price then tapped into, I don't even know where, maybe I used this one, don't know. But yeah, price tapped into the low. Oh yeah, I used the entire low. Yeah, price tapped into 0.5 and 0.618, and so that was also the VWAP. So I took a small little scalp with 10 contracts because if price was going to reject back down, I was just going to get out. So yeah, took a small little scalp there, and as price pushed up, I immediately put my stop into profit, and we can see it was a couple of dojis, so I got stopped out for, I don't even know, a couple $100 or maybe $100. But yeah, 125 on the first one, 105 on the second one, and I said, I'm done. Because I'm not going to try to force something that isn't there. But yeah, eventually this trade did play out. I had my TP at this high, which, you know, it did tap fairly quickly. But again, not going to try to force something that's not there. But yeah, those are the trades I took. Yesterday's trade it did play out the way I was hoping it would. It was going to be on the 15-minute, and it looked something like this. So since we had the sell-off and we had these 2 lows get taken out, we had a nice sort of consolidation and push higher. There was this sort of 15-minute gap right here that you could have taken, but I did not like it that much because of all this consolidation right here that potentially could have caused price to come up, kind of hit this, and then go lower. So I did not take that. The trade that I wanted to take, but I did not because I was off the charts by then, was this 15-minute long into higher. So my stop would have been placed at this internal London low with TP at the highs. This is a sort of false 15-minute gap that I would have used, but you can see it's right there. Small gap. I had the top of the gap marked out at the base of the candle. Because we had a false breakout, rejection, and we had a CISD at the top. So basically what I wanted to see was price come back up, break through the 15-minute gap with strong buy momentum, and yeah, had the stops below. This was also a 1 to 1.2 with a 78-point stop. Again, it doesn't really matter where your stop is as long as it's at a good spot, and TP at the high. So you could have done this with one contract or two. This one, let's say we did 2 contracts, risking 313 to make 375 with that large of a stop. Banger. But yeah, I just ended up taking that small scalp yesterday because I had to get to work, I had to get to the gym, and yeah, I don't really like forcing trades like that, but is what it is. But yeah, overall, decent trading day today, and yeah, we'll see what the rest of the week brings. We're going into June, feeling pretty good, following my rules so far. So yeah, but yeah, I'm gonna end the video there. So catch you guys in the next one. Deuces.